Welcome to Psych with Sigmund, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology and explore the lives of influential figures who shaped our understanding of human behavior. Today, we're going to talk about Ivan Pavlov, a Russian physiologist who made groundbreaking contributions to the field of psychology. As I introduce Ivan Pavlov, you might be wondering why his work is still relevant today. Well, my curious listeners, Pavlov's discoveries on classical conditioning have had a lasting impact on our understanding of learning and behavior. So, who was Ivan Pavlov? Born in 1849 in Ryazan, Russia, Pavlov grew up in a family of modest means. His father was a priest, and Pavlov's early life was marked by a strong emphasis on education and the pursuit of knowledge. As a young man, Pavlov was fascinated by science and philosophy, and he went on to study at the University of St. Petersburg. Pavlov's educational journey was not without its challenges. He faced financial difficulties and had to work multiple jobs to support himself while studying. However, his determination and passion for learning ultimately led him to graduate with a degree in natural sciences. It was during this time that Pavlov became interested in physiology, particularly the study of digestion. Pavlov's work on digestion led him to develop a revolutionary theory about the role of the nervous system in controlling digestive processes. His research on the subject earned him numerous awards and recognition within the scientific community. However, it was his subsequent work on classical conditioning that would cement his place as one of the most influential figures in psychology. So, what is classical conditioning? Simply put, classical conditioning refers to the process by which we learn to associate certain stimuli with specific responses. Pavlov's famous experiment with dogs, where he rang a bell before presenting them with food, demonstrated how animals can be conditioned to salivate at the sound of the bell alone. This discovery challenged traditional views of learning and behavior, suggesting that our responses are not solely determined by instinct or environment, but rather by a complex interplay between the two. Pavlov's work on classical conditioning built upon existing psychological frameworks, such as associative learning theory. However, his ideas also challenged some of the dominant views of his time, particularly those related to the role of consciousness in learning. Pavlov's emphasis on the automatic, unconscious aspects of learning was a significant departure from traditional notions of behaviorism. One fascinating aspect of Pavlov's personality was his dedication to his research. He was known for his meticulous attention to detail and his unwavering commitment to understanding the natural world. This dedication earned him numerous awards and accolades, including the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1904. Pavlov's personal life was also marked by a deep love of nature and a strong sense of social responsibility. He was an outspoken advocate for women's education and social justice, and he worked tirelessly to promote scientific literacy among the general public. Despite facing many challenges throughout his life, including poverty and persecution, Pavlov remained committed to his work and his values. So, how does Pavlov's work impact our understanding of human behavior today? Classical conditioning remains a fundamental concept in psychology, influencing fields such as education, advertising, and therapy. By understanding how we learn to associate certain stimuli with specific responses, we can develop more effective strategies for learning, behavior change, and personal growth. For example, consider the way advertisers use classical conditioning to associate their products with positive emotions or experiences. By pairing their brand with appealing imagery or music, they can create a conditioned response in consumers, making them more likely to choose their product over others. Similarly, therapists may use classical conditioning techniques to help patients overcome phobias or anxieties by gradually exposing them to the feared stimulus in a controlled environment. His ideas about classical conditioning have been refined and expanded upon by subsequent psychologists, but the core insights remain the same. Pavlov's work reminds us that behavior is not just a product of instinct or environment, but rather a dynamic interplay between the two. If you enjoyed learning about Ivan Pavlov, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.